Your attention, please.
The DisGeek Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the DisGeek Podcast. It's the podcast that's all about Disney theme parks, but mostly Disneyland. I am your host, Daniel Hale, and let me introduce you to the rest of the DisGeek crew. Say hello to Tommy Allison. What's up, Tommy?
How you doing, Daniel? I'm doing great.
Awesome. I don't even have to ask you. You just answer automatically. I'm glad you're doing great.
Yeah.
What's up, Jess? Jess Jones is here as well.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Jess. Good to hear your voice.
You too.
Chris is at Disneyland. No fair.
He is.
He's at a
DVC
DVC
night.
party or something. So.
Oh, a private party.
Isn't he fancy? Mr. Fancy
Ooh,
Pants.
fancy pants. You better be posting stuff then.
That's right. That's what I say.
Keeping the rest of us riffraff abreast to what he's doing.
It's like, I'm riding Pirates. I'm riding Haunted Mansion again.
Right.
Well, anyway, I found out about something. I got a bunch of news stories here, and I'm going to start things off with it's something that starts at Walt Disney World, but might end up coming to Disneyland. And over at Disney Hollywood Studios is the new attraction that's taking over the Great Movie Ride, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And there is a rumor.
Say that 5 times fast.
I can't even say it one time. Barely.
Okay. Go ahead. Sorry for interrupting.
Courtesy of WDW News Today, they've posted that Disney will announce this at the next D23, and that they're gonna they're gonna make this announcement to kind of coincide with Mickey's 90th birthday, right, November 18th.
Yep.
Which is just actually in a few days. So we may know by the time this podcast out, we might actually know the real story. But the rumor is it's going to be going into Mickey's Toontown. And I kind of have a question about it. I mean, it's Disney, so it's probably going to be cool, but it's a screen ride, right?
Yeah.
So remember we had these conversations that like Universal Studios gets so much crap for screen rides, but when Disney does it, no one cares. So I'm like, well, wait a second. Why? I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying I'm against screen rides. I think screen rides have done well, are awesome. So hopefully this will be awesome. I'm just like, why does Disney always get the pass? I'm just, come on. I mean, it's not Fast and the Furious. Like, that's stupid. This has the potential.
I haven't seen that one.
Trust me. It's bad. Like even the CGI in it looks bad. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's like Vin Diesel's like hanging off this like rocket launcher looking like helicopter, and he's like, you know, it's the tram, so it's double sided. You know how it's on either side of you. In the tram
it's one
ride.
of
It's kind of like King Kong
tram ride.
So like
you're seeing 2 Vin Diesels?
No. It's like you're in a tunnel. And so he's on one side, and like that's what I'm thinking. He's like he hops on the back of this helicopter, this like little mini helicopter with rocket missiles and stuff, and he flies over the tram to the other side. And then there's like so everything kind of happens on both sides, kind of like if you've seen King Kong. It's like that. Anyway, I'm just pointing out like that's a bad example of a screen ride, but like a great example of a screen ride is like the way they do Pirates of the Caribbean in Shanghai. Or Harry Potter, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's a mixture between screens and
physical
and props, and like in the Shanghai version of Pirates of the Caribbean, how you could see the water and stuff off the screens, like the real water, and it meshes really nice with the fake water, and it's done so well. You're actually on a real boat ride and going through props and going through sets, and the screens are kind of like in the background, whereas you know.
I think what you're trying to say, it's augmented reality, meaning that you're going to be using a computer-generated image, on maybe like a physical prop, like they do to make the skeleton turn into a Jack Sparrow,
right?
In the Shanghai, right? You know what exactly? So the augmented reality is definitely much believable. Well, not much more. I think it's much more entertaining. I think and they still have to use physical props. They still have to use. They're using three-dimensional objects to put the image on and do the magic,
Yeah.
And I think that is pretty cool when they can make it work. I understood that they tried to implement augmented reality into Phantasmic 2.0 with the Pirates of the Caribbean scene.
Right.
They wanted to turn the actors into skeletons, I guess, and they weren't able to get that.
Problems. Yeah.
Yeah, they had major problems with it.
Bit mapping was not working for them.
Right, exactly. But
They tried.
They tried, exactly. They tried, but this is something that is going to be refined and made better and better over time. And I think that's what we're going to see, more of our augmented reality rather than the virtual reality or.
Yeah, and
screen.
maybe technology in a few years they'll be able to do it. And it'll just be a little plus added thing that they did,
Right.
Exactly.
Technology progresses and they add stuff.
But I think you're right, Daniel. The screen technology, I think you have to move away from it and try to stay away from it as far as you can.
Like, how like Roger Rabbit is now. It's a dark ride. You go through the sets. It's very fun. There's like a spinning element to it and stuff.
Right.
Like I wish like Mickey's Runaway Railway. Hey, I said it kind of fast. Was sort of like that. Like it was like, or maybe it is. Maybe it's a mixture of that with some.
Yeah, we really don't know
effects.
much about it, and I wish we did know more about it. So, but you're right. We want to see more practical. We want to see.
Real rides, not just screens.
Yeah. We want to see audio animatronics and we want to see something really cool, and that's going to blow us away.
Right.
So what do you guys think about them? They're going backstage to make this work into a backstage area.
Right.
And what are your thoughts about that?
Well, I just read it.
Yeah.
I know N19 well, and it's been the main workshop backstage, I think, since Park opened.
Right.
So that's gonna be really weird for them.
Right. And that's usually
clear that out. I mean, there is so much stuff in there.
Right.
Like a lot of cool like relics are in there from over the last 62 years.
Just so everybody knows, N19 is referring to a building that's in backstage. It's the main entertainment department building. It's also the same building where the fireworks launch from.
Yes.
Yeah, those whole show buildings
and
back
it is
there.
Directly behind Toontown.
Right. Exactly.
And I'm sure some of you have ran by it when you're doing like the 3Ks or 4Ks or whatever.
Oh yeah, if you've gone on anything that takes you backstage, you've definitely seen it before. It's right next to where they do dance rehearsals, and if your kid plays instruments and they come to the park, it's right next to that building.
Rehearsal buildings, show. Yeah. Warm up rooms.
Yeah, they're saying that the entrance will be where Toontown is, where the Gag Factory is. So you would walk in.
Yeah.
And the Gag Factory will probably turn into the queue and stuff like that, and it'll work its way out. And then the ride building will be where this N19 is. I'm not sure if they're tearing N19 down or just clearing it out and putting everything in there. Not sure how it's going to work.
Yeah, it's not that big. But again, since we don't know what kind of ride it is, who knows how big of a ride building they need. So
Right.
Maybe they're just going to squeeze it in there, and maybe it will be only a fraction of the size of the one at Disney World, which kind of seems what we always get, right? Because we're such a smaller park.
That's a very familiar story. With Universal did that famously with the Mummy coaster.
With the Mummy ride, exactly. Yeah. I was just thinking about that. I was like, oh, that one's very small compared to theirs. So maybe that's what they're doing.
Here's another thought I was thinking about. I mean, these buildings and that area is literally to the left is Galaxy Edge, the backside of Galaxy Edge.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close, yeah.
But as far as I know, Galaxy's Edge only has one expansion pad available back there after they finished building. And I was thinking, what if this thing is such a big hit that they have to not only need that expansion pad, but they need to go in and expand even further backstage, even to the point of getting rid of, the show float buildings,
Oh, right.
and everything else, including the parking structure, and move Team Disney Anaheim across the street,
right,
so that they can make room for it. I mean, obviously you can't move the monorail and the train roundhouse, but there's a lot of acreage back there. A lot of people don't realize, and that could be, turned into a very nice big area for that could expand Star Wars Land.
They can just turn it.
What do you think? What do you think, guys?
I've thought about that as well.
They could just turn it into a big giant queue for Star Wars Land.
That too.
You have to wait outside to get into.
Yeah, they'll just put all the switchbacks.
That's where they're gonna put all the switchbacks. Exactly.
They're just you know what, like Galaxy's Edge or Galaxy.
You know that room that's next door to Star Wars Land.
Yeah.
I mean Star Tours. That's what it's gonna be like.
Yeah.
That room. Where you can hear.
They'll just give up on letting people enter through the front of Disneyland. They'll just they could start charging separate admission just for Star Wars Land and just say, just go here.
Star Wars Land over
just
here.
Just go here. Here's the line. We have all this extra land on Harbor now that's not being used. So you could park there, work your way over.
Park? Well, we're not going to be parking anybody.
True. There's no spots.
Anyway.
But anyway, and I thought that was kind of a cool story. Like I like the idea that this ride is coming to.
But
to
here's
Disneyland.
another thing. Is it? Have you seen the new Mickeys and Minnies?
I have not seen any of those shorts, but I've seen the pictures. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What do you think about the new Mickey?
I mean,
the way he's animated and everything.
I don't like the new animation.
Not the biggest fan. It's cute and stuff, but I don't know.
The shorts are great. I mean, they're funny and stuff. The writing is good on them. But I do not like the new drawing of the reimagined Fab Five, and it's also why I won't watch DuckTales, because it's the same kind of drawings. I don't like it.
Yeah,
I think it's moved away from the graphic.
We don't need to reimagine the way the draw. I don't know. Why are these characters being reimagined? They've been refined over the years,
Right.
You can see that. We're not still looking at, the weird Steamboat Willie looking Mickey, but he was refined over the years. And I think, by the late 80s, early 90s, all the characters looked perfect and they didn't need to change them.
Right. Are we going to start getting these refined Mickey costumes, characters, walk around characters? Goofy looks like he's like a homeless person. Almost.
Right.
Seriously.
Thank you. I was thinking that too. I'm watching these cartoons and I'm like, what is going on with these characters? They just don't look right. They look very
they
strange.
just don't.
I don't like it.
Yeah, there's just something that's not right.
It's hard to watch.
On.
Yeah.
It's difficult to watch. Yeah.
And I wanted to be an animator when I grew up, so I have even more feelings about it than the normal person.
Right.
So yeah, it's very bothersome to me. I don't like it.
So can I read just a couple of
Go ahead.
the comments in the comment section for
Yeah.
the story?
Yeah.
This is the Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway going to Disneyland. The first comment is from Disney Hollywood Studios. Okay? And Disney Hollywood Studios says, "Way to boost my attendance, Bob. Destroy my identity and replace everything that made me unique with rides cloned elsewhere. Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Mania, and now Mickey and Minnie's. Excuse me while I fill my Echo Lake with my tears."
Aww.
And then the response from Sully.
They have a point.
Sully said, "Well, at least you're a theme park and not an emotionally stunned visitor who would rather whine and complain about changes than find something new to do with his time and money." I love the internet.
Wow.
Trolls abound.
What do you think about that? Like, does it bother you that it's a clone? Or would you rather have something like going into that area? If they're going to do something with Toontown, like, why does it have to be this? Like,
Well, it's kind of shocking to me that they're going to squeeze in another ride attached to Toontown.
I think Galaxy's Edge is going to be so huge, and they just want to get something else in there as quickly as possible to take up space.
Yeah, and it is going to be a mostly projector attraction, like we all have assumed. Then that's obviously why they're going to be able to open it so quickly.
Anyway, I thought I'd throw that out there. It made me laugh. But we'll go ahead and we'll move on.
Good.
And so this is a cool one. I thought this was neat. So I don't know if you pay attention, but Disney's new streaming service is going to be coming out. And they've decided to name it Disney Plus.
Of course.
Okay, because that's what you do. And,
Gosh.
but forget the name. They have some cool shows coming out. They have Star Wars. They have like 3 Star Wars shows. The Clone Wars, a live-action Mandalorian, and then another one that's based on Diego Luna's character, Cassian Andor from Rogue One. They have a bunch of Marvel shows, Loki and Scarlet Witch one, supposedly, and just all kinds of cool shows. But what the nerd in me saw this one, and this is the one I actually am most excited about. Well, I'm most excited about Star Wars, but the second one that I'm really most excited about is they're going to have a documentary, like a docuseries about Walt Disney Imagineering. And that, I think, can hopefully go behind the scenes, talk about the building of our favorite attractions and stuff like that, and kind of go in depth of what goes on over there in Glendale. And I'm super excited about this show and some of the other things. But what do you guys think? Like, are you into the whole, I don't know if you guys get Netflix or anything like that. Is this just adding to that, or it's Disney? You're in, I'm in. But Tommy, what do you think?
I would, boy, I have Netflix,
Right.
cable.
Yep.
I think I added up all my cable and all that stuff. I'm up to like $270 a month,
Yeah.
and I'm not even home, or I don't even have enough time to watch any of it. In fact, I was thinking about cutting out the cable and become a cable cutter and just use the internet, because I'm not using it. I don't use the phone anymore. The landline. I got rid of that.
Here in North Kakalaki, we don't have a landline.
Yeah, I mean, there's no need for it.
Yeah.
But I think I would go for the Disney Plus. Try it out. Check out, binge. What's kind of neat is that you can binge watch a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
So you can get a lot of it done. Watch it for 30, 60, whatever kind of deal you can get out of them. And then you can dump it if you didn't, if you didn't like everything or thought everything was pretty lame or whatever.
That's what's cool. Like
I think that's the good thing. I'd probably do it,
Like when it comes out, if there's nothing going on at Netflix, I'll just cancel Netflix for a little while, watch the Disney Plus stuff, and then like when Stranger Things season 3 or 4 or whatever comes out, I'll re-sign up and watch it and cancel Disney for a little while. Like I'll just go back and forth. Yeah,
that's actually a good idea. I mean,
I signed up for the free trial for the YouTube, so I could watch the Karate Kid, whatever that was called, Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
But as soon as it was over, like, all right, I canceled, binged it, canceled it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of interested in the Imagineering thing because
absolutely.
I think that sounds pretty cool.
Jess, do you do that stuff? Do you do Netflix and all that? Do you Netflix and chill and all that?
I only have Netflix. Netflix and chill. I only have Netflix. I've had Netflix for a really long time.
We've had Netflix since
I don't
DVDs.
buy anything else because we still have cable. I watch a lot of TV. Too much, to be honest. My DVRs are always at like 95%. It's very hard for me to catch up and keep up. We do have Amazon Prime, so I have all of that.
Yeah, we have that too.
The only thing I've watched so far on that is The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which was excellent.
Yeah, that's good.
And I've probably watched a couple movies on it. But yeah, I really, I don't know. And I feel like I still don't watch enough on Netflix to be paying for it, but I've had it a long time. It's still only $7.99 for me. I don't know if I think it's a little bit more for other people, but yeah. I won't buy any others. I'm not going to get Hulu and whatever else there is because I just don't have time to watch all the stuff I already want to watch. So I don't know. This says that it's expected to cost less than Netflix, so that's actually a good thing.
Of course, by then Netflix will raise their price, and this will be the same.
Probably.
Price.
But also, I just read the list that what they expect to have, and the only thing that's interesting to me is the Imagineering thing that you were talking about.
Right.
I really couldn't care less about any of the other stuff on there.
Aww.
Honestly, I never watched Clone Wars.
Oh, it's so good.
Cartoon. I know. I heard it was really good. I buy all the animated movies. I'm an animation junkie, so I have every single animated film that exists. So I don't need a streaming service for stuff like that. And the Disney Channel has become crap. So, maybe they should just stick to making the Disney Channel better instead of doing this whole streaming business. I mean, that's what they really should do, to be honest.
Right.
I don't think they should try to.
You don't want them to
all the other streaming services, not with a crappy list like this.
Do you want them to make more Mickey Mouse shorts?
Well, I mean, now they own Fox now too, right? So shouldn't they have all the Fox stuff listed on here?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where their problem is. That's what needs to be on this streaming service. Make Fox not available on the.
I think what they're listing is original programming. I'm hoping that it will also have their catalog.
I would hope so.
I hope it does. I'm not sure if it does, but I feel like it should have their catalog on there. They should at least say and our entire Disney movie catalog. Yeah. Maybe that'll be an upcharge. Maybe that'll be Disney Plus Plus.
Yeah, they'll probably have extra stuff on
Disney
it, right?
Plus Premium.
Maximum Plus.
Disney Plus Max. They like to use that word a lot.
Yeah, Plus Max.
Yeah. Anyway,
it sounds cool to me.
That's my take on it. And I actually was just talking to somebody about this because someone asked me, and I said it was supposed to launch in January of 2019. I said, since I haven't heard anything about it, you're not seeing commercials about it anywhere, I'm going to say they either scrapped the idea or it's going to be a lot later than they expected. So this does say.
I think they're waiting for I think they're waiting for Fox to be finalized. Fox deal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. Like I said, I was well, if they were still going to launch at that same time, they'd be advertising it all over the place. People would be talking about it. So cool. They've obviously changed their minds on when they're going to launch it.
So the next one is, I'll have to refer to you guys on this one because I didn't even know this was even going on until just recently. But Downtown Disney's World of Disney store got completely remodeled.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know that was going on, and I just saw the pictures today of the front. I'm like, what? What did they do? But the inside, looking at the pictures, I mean, it's been so long since I've been there, so I can't tell the difference. I see a lot of brickwork, and I see they have these projections going on behind the counters of Tinkerbell kind of flying around in the background, the little star, and they've done some animations on some of the artwork in there, so that looks pretty cool. But I was just wondering if any of you guys have gotten a chance to go inside since it's been redone.
The sign looks like it was copied out of Mario Brothers. Doesn't it?
Here's my take on the new World of Disney. It looks like the 90s.
Yeah.
The new costume is 90s. The outside, this new sign is totally 90s. And you walk in and it looks like a GD Starbucks to me. I don't like it. I don't know what was wrong with the original store. All the cool animation touches are great. They're beautiful, what they did with that. There's some original sketches engraved into the wood on all the counters. But yeah, I walked through it a couple weeks ago when I was there because it was finally done completely. I'd seen it over the months as they've been, remodeling each room separately. Now it's completely finished. Its whole store is open. Cast members got new costumes. They got rid of a bunch of registers. So my friend, I do still have friends that work there. I don't know why they still work there, but they are still there. They said that's kind of just the worst part of it. There's only like 3 areas for cash wraps now, and there used to be like 6 or 7. So that is a nightmare when they get busy. Yeah.
Why didn't they?
I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't know.
And they didn't expand the cash register areas?
No, they're not any. The areas aren't
bigger?
really any bigger than they were originally. They have some of them have like 6 registers. Some of them don't even have that many. And
I'm looking at this picture right now.
Well, maybe they're trying to do that thing with like the Amazon store where you picked it up and you already bought it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You walk out the door, it's already been debited out of your bank account.
You pick it up and your phone rumbles and there's a little text alert and it says, "Thank you for your purchase.
Thank you for buying this such and such thing for $65."
No,
and there's just
Margaret, don't pick up that Finalmation.
Daddy, can I buy this? Too late.
Too late.
Yeah, like the art and collectibles area, there's really not that anymore. There's a lot of stuff missing from the store. A lot of stuff that's in there is now like really just down to the basic.
I saw the T-shirt displays, and now it looks like Hot Topic.
Exactly.
Kind of like.
Yeah, and can I just say one thing? Can we stop putting Pluto on yellow shirts? Can we make Pluto shirts that aren't yellow? Come on, people. Get more creative with the Pluto shirts because they all suck. And he's my favorite character, and he used to just be forgotten completely. It's great that he's finally getting on some clothing, but every time they make a new Pluto shirt, it's yellow. He's not even yellow. He's not a yellow dog. He's a prettier color than that. Like, come on, man. Don't make the whole shirt the color of Pluto. Put him on a pretty color. That's all I'm saying.
That color should be reserved for Belle's dress, right?
Right? Exactly.
I'm just looking at just to bring this up because you mentioned about the registers, but there's a photograph here and it's kind of like an animated GIF and it's showing like the animation of the Tinkerbell like going around in the background.
Oh, there's with the 10, ink and paint. Yeah.
There's 10 cash registers it looks like in this one line, and just this particular one.
Yeah, that's
I don't know
the
what the rest
big
of the store
last
is
one
like.
in the big.
Is that the one in the center?
At the very end.
Oh, it's
it's the one at the very end, right by Starbucks.
This look, by the way, like this brickwork and everything like that. Every building in Raleigh looks like that. Like every interior, like there's this mall, and this looks like the food court of that mall. It's just this, except it's real. Like this mall used to be like the tobacco factory or something like that. Super cool. And it just has that rustic kind of cool look, and that seems to be a thing now.
It kind of reminds me of the inside of Pixar when you walk in. I don't know if you ever seen pictures of the inside of the foyer of this, kind of with all the brickwork.
I've seen pictures. I haven't been up there, but yeah,
kind of looks like that to me.
But yeah, I mean, I like it. I mean,
to me, it looks like they pared down a lot of things. They got rid of a lot of things, and
yeah, I mean, you can tell by looking at it. There's a bunch of pictures mixing, and there's just like hardly anything in the store.
But I think they're kind of moving things like for the home store. They're putting all the home store items in the home store. The specialty items for the, like the art and everything like that, Wonderground. The handbags and dresses, the dress shop.
They're in the dress shop,
Yeah, exactly.
And, so maybe that's just helping with sales. If they have it everywhere, the other shops suffer. That's probably what's been happening. So, that's probably why they did it that way.
Yeah.
Like, this is just like the giant gift shop. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just the general stuff. And it's big. There's plenty of room for people to walk around. And then the specialty stuff kind of gets their own little boutique-y shops in the rest of downtown Disney. Is that kind of what you guys are saying? That makes sense.
Right. Yeah. They're kind of pushing that boutique.
I mean, that's got to be what they're doing.
But then you ask yourself.
I'm sure that's it.
They know what they're doing. They're smart.
But then you ask yourself, why are they expanding with boutique shops? Using their own space when they could actually rent it out and get more money by renting it out to some other corporation.
Maybe the rent's really high and like other corporations aren't biting.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Because it seems like certain like stores get to downtown Disney and they're not there that long, and then something else.
True.
I feel like
Wetzel Pretzels is now like the longest company that's been there, I think.
Been there since they started downtown.
I think
Disney.
so. Yeah.
So it could be like for Wetzel's Pretzels, like, well, I shouldn't use them as an example, but like one of these other stores, maybe it's a super high rent and they're just not getting the sales to justify the high rent. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, that's speculation, but I mean, it's a good hypothesis.
Jess, have you tried the new ice cream store?
No, I want to though. There's a huge line every time I walk by it though.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gotten to go yet?
No, we have one actually here near our house in Venice, because I live on the west side. But and I've heard about it. My wife actually went there. My wife and Chris went there. They really enjoy it. It's a very, very good, but it is pricey for ice cream.
Yeah, well, it's like specialty, like the drinks at Carthay Circle.
Yeah, it's kind of like
they have like elderflower and
right. Yeah, there's just a lot of
lavender.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting flavors and a lot of unique flavors, and they make it right there.
Yeah,
it's just kind of interesting.
It reminds me of it's one of my favorite things ever, but it's like when Earl of Sandwich first ever came to downtown Disney, and everyone was going crazy about it. Right. But meanwhile, like, we had opened one. Back in Santa Clarita, where I lived, we had an Earl of Sandwich. It opened and it didn't last a year. They went out of business.
Oh, wow.
Santa Clarita rejected it, and
is it too fancy for them?
I don't know what the deal was. I had never gone in.
It's too expensive for the size of sandwich you get.
Yeah, but I just remember
that's what it is.
I just remember when it first came to downtown Disney and everyone was going crazy about it, and I was trying to remember. I was like, isn't that the store that just went out of business in Santa Clarita? And everyone's like, this is the best thing ever. If it's like the best thing ever, wouldn't it have stayed longer? I don't know. I don't know. It was. I guess really
for
weird.
Like in the real world, it's not a reasonable sandwich shop, but when you're at Disney, like that's reasonable prices.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head.
Because every time I've gone, I'm like, oh, this is
you're blinded by, oh, wow, such value. $8 for a little 4-inch sandwich. Oh, yeah, I'll pay $8 for a 4-inch sandwich. Sure. But if you walked out the doors of Disney and you drive 3 blocks away and you stop at someplace and, you wouldn't pay $8 for a 4-inch sandwich. You think that's robbery. Disney clouds your mind. It's a Jedi mind trick.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like I've paid something like that for what's that sandwich place? The Jersey Boys or whatever. Jersey Mike's.
I've never been there.
Oh my god, I love it.
Yeah,
that's a sandwich, and that place again in Santa Clarita. That place lasted. There's a bunch of them. But Earl of Sandwich didn't make it. I know. It's just I'm going back in time, but it was just this whole thing about when you guys were talking about the ice cream store. It reminded me of that because I always thought that was funny.
That is funny. I mean, yeah, people were probably like, "Well, we got enough. We got Jersey Mike's. What do we need this Earl of Sandwich that costs an arm and a leg for half a sandwich?"
Right.
I've already talked about it.
Let's move on. So this is an interesting story. We all know about at Walt Disney World the Skyliner, right? The gondola system, and
yes,
they're building that out. And like I watch a lot of Walt Disney World vloggers. I admit it. I sit and watch YouTube, and I like to watch a lot of the Walt Disney World vlogs. And a lot of times it's always pointed out, like especially when they go to Hollywood Studios, they always turn their cameras and go, look, there's those things rising up, for the Skyliner, the towers, and like you could see it taking shape, and it's just everything seems to be going on schedule and everything like that. But they just announced that it's going to be opening and it's going to start doing its thing in fall of 2019, which is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But what I thought was interesting was the timing of when this came out. And I don't have the story in front of me, but maybe you guys heard. But like one of the monorails, like the door fell right off.
Oh.
Yeah, I did. I saw that over at the Grand Floridian.
Yeah. So I know like the monorail door fell the hell off. And then like the next day it's like, hey, the Disney Skyliner is transferring guests. And it's just like, wait a second. Don't look over there at the monorail. Don't look at our monorail fleet that's literally falling apart. Look at our new shiny new gondola systems. Ooh, this is going to solve all our transportation problems.
No, it isn't.
That's scary.
I just
wait till one of 30 years from now, if we're still doing a podcast, even if I'm still alive,
right?
When the doors fall off of the Skyliner,
right.
over Epcot or something like that, we're gonna be complaining. I told you that it's gonna happen.
It doesn't have air conditioning, Steve.
It doesn't have air conditioning.
It's Florida, you idiots.
I can't get on it fast enough. I can't.
Too slow. It won't stop moving.
Too slow. It won't stop for every year. I can't get my ECV on it.
Oh, God.
Hell, that's me now.
That is now.
But yeah, I mean, it's going to be so weird. Like just seeing those things flying across here at Walt Disney World.
They should put. Have you seen the one that's over at the Art of Animation? They've been promoting it.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, there's one that's over between Art of Animation and Pop Century, and it's literally in the middle of that waterway. Literally in the middle of the waterway.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And we were there last year. We were watching it, some of it being built. My wife and I were taking walks and looking at it, and I look at my wife. I said, "They're going to need to put in a gift shop after it." And she goes, "Why?" She goes, "All these kids are going to be dropping their toys in the water as they're coming, as they're
I think it's enclosed. I don't think there's any open air. This picture makes it look like there is, but I think it's enclosed.
Yeah, but I would put. I'll tell you, I would put in lifesavers inside those things. Because you never know what'll happen when you're going over water.
You're like, I'm jumping.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just not the.
Oh, are they fully? Yeah, they're probably fully enclosed, right?
They're good.
How stupid everybody is now.
Just Tommy, to your point.
I'm waiting for this first story.
Because there's a gate on every
open.
single attraction now. You used to be able to just walk up and there was just that line, stay behind the yellow line, and now there's a gate everywhere because. Right. Nobody knows how to just stand behind a line and wait to get in a ride.
Yeah, well, it's all,
Hey, Tommy, just to your point, I love to look at the comments of the articles and stuff like that. And somebody asks, is it scooter and wheelchair accessible? So
good.
Yeah, there's probably like one of those gondolas that's like giant to accommodate. And there's probably only like 5 on the whole line. So it's going to take people that unfortunately have to use those like way longer to use them.
I was talking about the vloggers, right? And there's a guy, the Tim Tracker. He's pretty popular within Walt Disney World and all that stuff. And he just did one where he went to IAPA in Orlando.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see the gondola? That he showed the gondola.
Yes, I did.
And it looks pretty big.
Yeah, I could stretch out in that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks scary big, actually. I'm like, geez, that big ass thing's gonna go across it. All right.
Have you been on the gondolas up to in Palm Springs?
No.
On that aerial tram?
No, I haven't.
They get pretty big.
I went on something that was not at Palm Springs. I went for Chris's my brother-in-law Chris, his bachelor party, Lake Tahoe. We took something up to like, I don't know, some adventure course or whatever, but it was like some kind of gondola, like weird system. It was pretty cool. Anyway, I just thought
they have big sizes. They have ones with air conditioning and all that stuff.
Yeah,
It's just Disney's cheaped out on this thing. No, I'm serious. They did. They could have put in some really nice ones. Go look at the ones that they have up at Jackson Hole, and up in Alaska at Mount Roberts. They got some really nice gondola systems out there. Vancouver has a really nice one as well that goes up to Grouse Mountain as well.
Right. Well, anyway, we have a date.
Like I said, they cheaped out.
2019 fall, baby. That's when they'll open up, and we'll.
That's when they'll open up,
those.
and then 2020 is when they'll close it down because of idiots doing stupid things.
Oh, come on, guys!
We can't wait. We can't wait to report on. No, I'm just kidding.
We're just messing around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Over at our last thing is, and I thought this was kind of cool, is that at California Adventure, the Festival of the Holidays are going on, and we'll talk more in detail about that in a few minutes. But one of the things I thought I'd bring up is that they have this Sip and Savor Pass, or Savor.
Sip and savor.
Savor. It's like a play on words. Like you're saving money, but you're also savoring the flavors. Sip and savor. Anyway, that used to be an annual pass holder thing, and now anyone can get one.
Well, there's two different ones.
There's two different kinds.
They would keep it special.
Well, non-pass holders have to pay more.
Yeah.
Good.
Which means it's not actually worth paying.
I'm not a pass holder anymore.
You also okay. Also, they are also giving you guys buttons.
Yeah, they still give out the buttons at each kiosk for the APs.
That's so cool. Buttons are so awesome.
So anyway, if you don't know what the
I bet you don't have any buttons. You did not bother collecting them over the years. Am I right?
What?
You did not get any of those buttons.
I make my own buttons. I have a button here.
It's true.
Yeah.
You make better ones.
I've collected them. Yes, I have over the years. I don't know. I've given them away to people. This stuff piles up. I have I have 4 tubs of Disney stuff.
That's my whole
I've
house.
sent you my address.
Talk to me about it.
Yeah, I know. I still have a Infinity Gauntlet. I gotta mail out.
Jesus Christ!
I'm sorry. I'll send it to you.
Avengers 4 is going to be out.
It's actually at my office right now. We just had to mail out. We had to ship out 900.
Yeah, you've held on to it so long. We actually made them again.
Avengers.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor Daniel.
Avengers 4 will be out, and the Gauntlet will probably be destroyed or something in the movie.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll send it off to you.
Okay, so folks, here's a tip. If you are not a pass holder and you want to buy the Sip and Savor Pass to feel special, make sure that every time you use one of your little tabs that come off of it, that the item costs at least $6.75 or more. Otherwise, you are giving extra money to Disney, and please, please do not do that.
Well, they need the money to make Star Wars.
At $49. Let's see here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Added 8. The item must be $6.12 or more if you have an annual pass. Otherwise, you are wasting your money and you're giving extra money to Disney.
They're counting on that.
That's what, yes, they are. So, guys, just make sure $6.75 or more every time you use the tab. And there are a lot of items that are about that price. So they're trying to trick you guys. So just be careful out there.
There's 8 tabs.
Yes, there are 8 tabs.
Oh, I see. So it's for, okay, I'm looking at a photograph of it now, and I thought each tab was for a specific place.
No.
So it's just,
they shouldn't be. They have not been like that in the past.
Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know how it was. I never had one before. So I wasn't sure how it worked, but cool. But anyway,
they still just say good for one marketplace item, excluding alcoholic beverages, expires January 8th of 2019. So yeah, if you're not gonna do that, I suggest getting the little wristlet gift card. Those are always very festive and cute looking, and you can just, you don't have to worry about whether or not you're spending the right amount of money. You just load it up with as much as you think you're going to spend for the day, and then you just bop around to each cart and get what you want with it.
Very cool.
Maybe it's not as cool as the lanyard that you get tabs off of, but, I like the little wristband thing.
All right. So I'm pretty excited to announce a new little segment that we're going to do on the show. You all remember Connie Moreno. She's been on the show before, and she used to be on the Disneyland Gazette podcast. And she used to, for those guys, record little audio reports from the parks. And then, on the Disneyland Gazette, they'd play it. And so I was talking to her the other day about it, and she sent me one just kind of like out of the blue and said, "Hey, what do you think?" And I listened to it, and it was pretty awesome. And so, I thought it was cool anyway, and I thought I would put them on the show, and I'm hoping this might be a regular thing going forward. And on this one, Connie is at the Festival of the Holidays, and she's using the Sip and Savor, and she's trying all the foods and drinking all the wines and doing all the stuff. And so she sent us a report. So I hope she's had a lot to drink. Let's hear what the report from Connie sounds like.
So I am at the Festival of Holidays at DCA, and let me tell you, this place is hopping. There are so many different things to pick from, so many fascinating foods and desserts, and people here are totally enjoying it. It's like a party atmosphere here. Woo! I've already had the roasted turkey and cranberry slider, and then I had a braised pork belly with rice. Oh man, they were good. So I have to pace myself. But woo, this is awesome. So check it out. They got great music playing. Foods have been phenomenal so far. I totally have to pace myself, otherwise I'd eat everything tonight. Oh, it's just so festive here. It's awesome. And I need to come with a designated driver so that I can have some of the cocktails that are featured.
This happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
All right, so the Festival of the Holidays are going on, as we heard from Connie. She's having fun. And, it's, if you don't know, it's kind of like a Christmas version of Food and Wine. So they have different kiosks and stuff like that, and each kiosk serves, different things. And this is the second year of this, or is this the third? Is this the second or third year of this festival?
Third. It's definitely more than the twice. It's at least the third year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been to it once, so that makes me cry. But anyway, I thought since they've been doing it for a while, I just was wondering what some of your favorite food items are from this event, and if there's something that's new or something you haven't seen, something you look at the menu, you're like, oh my god, I gotta have that. And I was just wondering what that was. I'll start with Tommy.
So I'm pretty excited about this because they have my favorite thing that I had tried last year that I had a couple of times, and I was able to enjoy it with our friend Sam and Ashley from WDW Happy Place, and that was over at the Spicy Celebrations, the Nashville hot fried turkey with dill pickles.
Yum.
Oh my gosh. That was the bomb.com.
Yeah.
So good.
That was very good.
And I think I had that at least 5 or 6 times. In fact, I bought the Sip and Savor card just so that I could have it a bunch of times.
Awesome.
It was definitely worth it. I think also what we also enjoyed was the it was a dessert, and I believe it was over at Paradise Grill, Garden Grill. And let's see if they have it there. I think it's the yes, the Black Forest Yule log. Okay, so I think that was called a twist on tradition. Yeah, Black Forest Yule log, and very good, very very good. A lot of sugar here.
Yeah.
During the holidays, there's a lot of sugar items, and so I recommend you try something one every time, not two, because I think it kind of mixes up everything. Too much sugar. I think there's so many good tastes here, like the braised pork belly sounds really good with garlic fried rice. That sounds really good, actually. And then candied yams with marshmallow cream. Oh wow! And marshmallow cream and toasted pecans. I love toasted pecans. Oh, but this sounds really good. Now, I didn't try this. I don't think they had it last year, but beef pot roast on potato roll with horseradish cream.
That's new. I can't wait to try that.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Yeah.
This one thing sounds like it's a Earl sandwich ripoff. Roasted turkey slider with cranberry sauce.
Well, they probably thought
we had that. I think we had that last year too.
They probably thought Earl of Sandwich was going to be gone.
And then
I was saying they probably thought Earl of Sandwich was going to be gone.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they came up with this item.
To be there. But they had something similar to that one last year. But I don't think I actually tried it because I thought, just like Tommy, I was like, well, that's like the sandwich that I love at Earl's. So
yeah, holiday stuffing mac and cheese. That sounds pretty good. I love mac and cheese, and I love different takes on mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But there you go. There's some of my favorites that stand out.
Everything sounds good. I mean, but like the Nashville hot turkey. That's the one.
Oh yeah, that one was so good. And pumpkin soup with the maple cashew cream. That sounds really good. That's a new one.
Yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah.
Now, how spicy is it? Is like the Nashville hot fried turkey? Is it super spicy?
Oh, it's super spicy. Yeah, it's good. It's a good. There's a good kick to it. Yeah,
it's like hot. It's like hot wings.
But better.
Because I'm not a spicy guy. I'm not a big fan of like super spicy stuff. But like, even though like that stuff like that has a lot of sugar in it too, even though it's not like a dessert or something like that, like those sauces and stuff like that.
Those sauces are very
sugary. Even though it's not a dessert, it could be super sweet. Even that hot stuff. Oh, I'm intrigued though, but I don't know. That scares me.
You can have a pretzel.
There you go.
That's not scary. Mickey pretzel. We'll get you a Mickey pretzel. And if you feel real, like you want to challenge yourself, we'll get some hot cheese for you too.
Okay.
Just kidding. How about a holiday ham shank?
Yeah.
With brown sugar pineapple glaze. There's the sugar again.
You could.
And then those Reuben potatoes sound good with a Russian dressing and a rye toast. That sounds really good.
Yeah, that actually does sound really good.
I think the shrimp and grits.
When's the last time you had Russian dressing? You think about Russian dressing. You always have Thousand Island, but never. When's the last time you had Russian dressing? That's a unique. That kind of brings back.
What that is.
You don't know what Russian
dressing?
I don't.
It's kind of like to me it reminds me of kind of like Thousand Island, but it's definitely a little bit. I think it has more of a chili. It has chili sauce added to it, so it's a little bit of hot. There's a little hot sauce added to it, and Worcestershire sauce as well. So
okay.
It's pretty good. It's kind of spicy.
I'll definitely be trying that one then.
Yeah.
I see. At the place
they put on Reuben sandwiches a lot.
I see at the place called Holiday Duets. They have shrimp and grits with andouille sausage, and with holiday Mickey and Minnie cookies. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, that was from last year, and I didn't get a chance to try it, so I definitely want to try that one this year.
And generally speaking, these dishes they're like $6.50, $7.
Yeah.
Right? You want to add?
Yeah, they're all between $6 to $8 usually. Yeah, seafood tends to be $8 or $9.
No, it all sounds good. Like I'm jealous. I wish I could. Like I said, I never got a chance to see the Festival of the Holidays, but I'm a big fan of the Food and Wine Festival. So this sounds like something that would be cool.
Food and wine is better. This one's got a lot more like sugary treats because it is for holidays. But just like last year, they added a lot more like regular food because the first year it was pretty much all desserts, and I just thought it was too much. It was just all desserts. There was hardly any real food. So the second year they made it better by adding foods, and this year it looks like they're keeping up with that. They're stepping up the game with the foods and just as many sweet treats, but there's actual food now. And I don't know which kiosk it is, but there is one kiosk that's actually all vegan. It's complete vegan kiosk, all vegan. I think it was the one with the pumpkin soup.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Winter Wonders.
Yeah. So I have a friend that is a vegetarian. She's not quite all the way, but she always has a hard time finding stuff when we go to the parks together. So
sure.
I was excited to tell her, hey, there's one kiosk that's all vegan, even the dessert.
What are your thoughts on the Festival of Holidays just altogether? Like, is it a good thing? Are you happy that it's there? Is it a good thing? Is it just a money grab? Is it like...
I love it.
You said it's not as good as Food and Wine, but...
It's a lot like the Food and Wine. And then, it's food. It's food from around the different cultures that we have here in California. Right. And they have, the festive music playing, and they have lots of live entertainment doing music from whatever country they're from. And I just think it's pretty cool. I like it. It makes DCA a lot more lively for the holidays because we all know how busy and crowded it is, over at Disneyland for the holidays. So right. It keeps that warmth going. It's not as crowded, but it keeps it all very, very festive and warm over at DCA. Whereas usually, before we had this kind of stuff, it would be cold and dead over there. Nobody was over there. Yeah. So it's nice. I like it.
I like it a lot. It's nice. It's like you said, it's cozy. The food's good. The atmosphere is good. Did they bring back the carolers on Buena Vista Street? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure.
Yeah, they were so good. But it has a really good feel there. The smells, the sight, when it gets dark at night, the lights look really beautiful. Cars Land looks really beautiful at night with all the holiday lighting. It's just a really nice place to visit. And going to miss it this year. Hopefully I'll be able to get in, get one time to get a shot at it. But I think I'd rather be at DCA this year than Disneyland, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I find myself spending more and more time at DCA than Disneyland every time I go as a guest.
It's
just getting crazy over there. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that kind of really draws me in there is probably maybe Small World Holiday, and that's about it.
Yeah,
but
I feel the same way. Like I've always,
I
mean, I've always had a special place in my heart for California Adventure. Always. I love that park. And I'm glad to see things like this pop up every once in a while to give that park life. And I'm so glad that it is what it is because, there's a lot of times, not just during the holiday period, but just in general. I was like, there are times I'm like, you know what? I just go to DCA. It's chill. Yeah. It's not as hectic. It's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, I mean, DCA, we've always had that vibe. It's definitely always more calm. and more relaxed. And I think it's just because it's not as crowded.
I feel the same way about like at Walt Disney World. I feel the same way about like Epcot. You know, it's just.
And
relaxing.
I think it's because DCA was built for knowing about the crowds and stuff. Like we have the wider walkways like that Disney World does. And I think there's a lot to be said for that planning.
Very cool.
Well, everyone, this has been the DisGeek podcast.
Yes.
Broadcasting you from KDCA and WEPT on the East Coast.
That's right. Show notes for this episode's at disgeek.com/149. You can like us on Facebook. I don't know why I'm whispering. You can like us on Facebook. You could follow us on Instagram and on Twitter. I usually use Instagram the most. I'm at DisGeek Podcast. Tommy, where can everybody find you?
They can find me at Tommy Pix, TOMMYPIX, on Twitter. Also, you can follow me on the Cruise Dudes podcast, thecruisedudes.com, Cruise Dudes on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere on social media. Thank you.
You forgot for a second.
I did. I know. It's, yeah. Crazy week.
Jess, where can everyone find you?
I am at Jess Jones 1976.
And then Chris is at DizChris, DizChris. And I also want to shout out to Connie Moreno, and her Instagram and Twitter is at MouseConnie. Go over there and give her a like. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. We love you all. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.
Later.
Never get the hook. They just get a hand while the Crocs sing Superman till we can take it.